I'm the best there is at what I do. And what I do isn't very nice. Bub. Okay, that was a terrible Wolverine impression, but welcome to today's video, where as you can see, we have Wolverine. Let's look at his packaging first, so you can see that. Here's the insert he comes with, which I always like these. These are always pretty nice, especially the X-Men stuff. That's always honestly pretty nice. And then he's packaging. Says X-Men right there. Got the X at the top. Got Wolverine on the side. Wolverine on the other side. And then you got this is the Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure, which I do want, but I don't have any other Ravers, so I don't know if I really should get him. We'll see. And then there's a few figures from this wave that I want. You know, Siren is kind of a must-have. Havoc is kind of a must-have. Vulcan, I need a Vulcan, a Maggot, and honestly, I would take a Darwin. I don't need that Sabretooth because I already have a pretty great Sabretooth. But maybe, we'll see. We'll see. Let's take a look at him. So this is from when Wolverine got resurrected for a time, and because you can't kill off Wolverine, you know, you have to sell stuff. You have to sell comics. And then he could heat up his claws, which I wasn't the biggest fan of that. I thought that was kind of weird, but it's also kind of cool. For anyone that's not Wolverine, that'd be a cool little trait. So, but, you know, you think of Wolverine, you don't think of Hot Claw Wolverine. I don't think anyone does. But, yeah. As far as the figure goes, I really like him. I'm a big fan of bright Wolverine. A lot of people think he should be stealthy colors, but I like in my headcanon that it's like he wears bright colors to draw fire from his fellow X-Men or teammates, and especially the kids. So yeah, he looks pretty cool. Honestly, or obviously, this is a great body for Wolverine. They've been using it for I don't know how long now. So that's always a good look for him. You know, this body is always a great body for him. And then this is pretty classic for the most part, just the hot claws, and then like the black shoulder pads aren't my jam, but we'll see. I can probably replace those with this other version of Wolverine's, and I think the blue would work probably pretty well. But yeah. So I got this so I could have a Wolverine with his claws out. I'm probably gonna get the Love Triangle 2 or 3-pack, so I'll have a better Wolverine, but this one's still cool to have, just to pose around and play with, and maybe swap out parts if I ever want to put, you know, different stuff on him. As far as like accessories, it comes with an alternate head. It is boyish good looks. I don't know. That's not even accurate at all to Wolverine's character. He's not always a very handsome guy, so yeah. He doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece because they know Wolverine sells without having to put a Build-A-Figure piece in. And also, oh, I dropped him. Also, a lot of people already have Wolverine, so I think that's also pretty cool that they don't make you buy that. As far as aesthetics go, like I said, love the bright yellow. Love the bright yellow. You know, he's got kind of like the classic feel with tiger stripes, but they're not in black or anything, so that's pretty cool. I like having alternate looks for Wolverine. The Hot Claws are a cool take, so I'm glad to have this figure. He's pretty cool still. And I can just use it as like, this is blood or something, you know, coming out, because, you know, you would bleed if you had knives coming out. I know a lot of times he's got things that like keep his wrists open, like how this figure has. Or not his wrists, it keeps his knuckles open so the claws can come out, so he's not constantly bleeding out or whatever. So yeah, but you would bleed. You would bleed, especially with these claws. Nothing's gonna keep your knuckles open for these ones. These ones are very stylized, and these are the claws I like because they don't bend as much and they usually look pretty straight. And I just actually really like that style. I hope we get these more because these are my preferred claws on at least for Marvel Legends. And then yeah, as far as everything goes, he's pretty classic looking, you know. Nothing wrong with that. Everyone needs a good Wolverine in their lives, so especially if you have an X-Men display. Love him or hate him, you need a Wolverine. And I don't think I've ever met anyone that actually hates Wolverine. So aesthetically wise, he looks great. He's got the pin arms and legs. He's got no hairs painted, which is just got him sculpted on, which I hate. That's so ugly. And then, you know, these get a little gummy. My Wolverine arms are always kind of gummy, it feels like. So, that's not fun. And then it just looks ugly. It just looks really ugly having the pins. Like, I hope we get pinless arms on him like these, because these are very aesthetically pleasing, especially for characters that show skin. So, yeah. And then I think you can take the claws out. I don't want to, though, because I need claws. A clawed Wolverine. I already have a clawless one. So, yeah. We'll look at his articulation, and then we'll compare him. So his head goes up that far, which is good, because I want him in a good jumping pose. The Mezco can't really do that too well, sadly, so. And he can bear his chin pretty well. He's got a little bit of head tilt. Not too much, but enough for my Wolverine. He's got a butterfly joint that can go back that far, which I feel like it's not going back as far as it should, but whatever. And then, especially with those shoulder pads, he can go in that far. He's got a double jointed elbow, but it only goes out to about that because of how thick his muscles are in his gloves. Pretty good ab crunch. Actually, very good ab crunch. Pretty good arc back. Can kick forward that far. Pretty good. Kick back pretty far, actually. Oh my god. Not too far out, but not bad. And then he's got a double jointed knee that can almost kick his butt, but because his legs are so thick, yeah. And then he's also got waist articulation, so you can do some slashes. And then, you know, he's got thigh swivel. He doesn't have he does have a boot cut, but it's hidden because of the boots, so that's cool. And yeah, we'll get into some size comparisons. Let me go grab them. I will return. So we might get a little heavier on the size comparisons for this one, because I already have a bunch of them out beside me, so from the Iceman, so I figured, you know, might as well just do that. So first, Mezco, and as you see, these are, you know, these are pretty, I feel the Mezco Wolverine is way too tall. I love this Wolverine. The one thing about it is too tall, and this belt does not want to pin back in at all, so that sucks. And then we'll compare him to his other counterpart, which I guess I will take out of a crouching pose, since I'll be replacing him. Because I actually really like this look for Wolverine, so I'm fine with replacing this guy. Or I might just put the hot claws on him, who knows. And yeah, this new body seems a little bit taller, but maybe it's because of the pose I'm in. Yeah, they're about the same. I prefer the head, like, horns on this one, and the head just popped off because of how dynamic his head is. And then, actually, you can probably pop that head on. Well, let me do that behind the camera, because this is really hard to pop on. Alright. And yeah, that looks pretty good on him, actually. So, I guess we can take a look at it while it's on this body. I really like the look of his head. You know, I like having a screaming head sculpt, but these are not normally the type of head sculpts I use, but yeah. Normally, their screaming head sculpts for Wolverine look a little bored, but this one, he looks ravaged. He looks angry, about to go in berserker rage, so I really like that. And then we'll just go Johnny Storm, just to have it. I still feel, I don't know, I feel like that Johnny should be taller. And then Iceman. Once again, I think of Iceman as a little shorter because I think of him as a kid normally, so I'm fine with that. We'll put him with Spidey because these two swap bodies for a time. And then I almost didn't do this. I don't know what I was thinking, so I went and grabbed a Hulk. Because, you know, as people know, he was introduced in a Hulk comic. Need to get a Wendigo. Need to get a Wendigo. And then, who else can we compare him to? Compare him to Mystique, I guess. And I think they'll work pretty well. They'll work out pretty well. Yeah, not too bad. I usually think of Mystique as taller, so at least she's a little taller than him. And then we'll compare him to my favorite Marvel Legends, Black Panther. Yeah, that Wolverine's still a little bit too tall to me. That's a little too tall. Not too bad, though. And then if he works out pretty well in your Mezco. Just to show you a Mezco. So yeah. Overall, this is a good figure. He'll be going in my display at least my main display. Maybe not my X-Men. So yeah, I guess I can compare him to one more guy. You know, everyone's favorite Sabretooth. And I like these two together. I like this look for Sabretooth. I like the figure too, because he gets in some good poses. Taller, so that's fine. So yeah, like I said, pretty good figure. Pretty good. I like it. It makes me want to buy the rest of the line. Thanks for everything, guys. Thanks for watching. I don't know why I keep saying thanks for everything, but thanks for watching. And yeah, I should have some more stuff coming. I have a few figures coming. Like, I have the West Coast White Vision. I think that might be all I have left that's coming is my White Vision, and then I may affect Spider-Man. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.